What's going on, everybody? I'm Mike Berlin. You're watching Wild Fed Family. And the last time I took a shot from this angle, everything in the background looked completely different. Well, that's because it was 10 weeks ago and it was 6 weeks prior to my last frost date, and I did a soil prep video. So let me show you where we've come from there and what you can do way before you're waiting on that last frost to hit. Now I'm here in Middle Georgia, and our last frost date is usually April 1st, but I planted all of this stuff mid-February. Currently it is the first week of May, so we're 10 weeks from the time that I prepped and planted this soil. But anyway, this is a pretty simple video. It's probably going to be a short video. I just wanted to go ahead and show you what's going on here so that maybe I can encourage you for next season, if it's too late this year, to go ahead and get a good start, because your plants are going to thrive and you're going to have a bunch of early vegetables to pick. So getting started, this is a 100-foot garden bed, and the first 20 feet is pretty much blackberries, raspberries, blueberries, and strawberries. Now they're all perennials, so that doesn't really matter, but I just wanted to show you. Walking down the line, I have collard greens, and I actually just harvested these about 2 days ago, and I picked everything off the bottom 2/3 of the stems. Now I probably walked away with nearly 25 pounds of collard greens. Right next to it, I have Brussels sprouts, and they're growing well, they're healthy, and all along here you can see the Brussels sprouts starting to form right where the leaf stem meets the main trunk. From there is all the broccoli, and I'm actually about 2 days late on harvesting this one right here, but I have some really good heads. And matter of fact, when I get done making this video, I'm going to pick all of my broccoli. Now what you see behind here and working all the way down is a bunch of white flowers. All of those white flowers are a combination of peas that I'm going to end up shelling, and also some sugar snap peas. Then they're really actually just starting to form. I'm waiting for the pods and seeds to get a little bigger, but I mean, you can still eat these. Moving on down, I got romaine lettuce, red and green, and this is they're almost to the point where they're starting to bolt. So I've given a bunch of this lettuce away, and I've been cramming lettuce down my gut as fast as I can, and I mean, it's probably not the worst thing in the world. Oh, I also got some head lettuce over here that needs to be picked. I just gotta peel off that little bit of water rock. All the cabbage is doing really well. This cabbage is super cold hardy. The heads are probably about the size of a volleyball right now, and I mean, it can get down to 20 degrees, and I'll come out here and the cabbage is going to be doing great. And onions, moving on down the line, I have 3 different varieties of onions here. I have Big Texas, I have Vidalia, and red onions. Past the onions is a bunch of potatoes. I got Yukon Golds and Irish Reds. I don't know, it's just a red potato. And these are pretty resilient, even though the frost may seem to knock them down and kill them. Give it about, I don't know, 2 days, and new shoots are going to pop up, and it's going to keep on going. They do great, and it's pretty hard to kill back a potato plant. From seed, this is all carrots. And I got these carrots planted in rows that are spaced, I don't know, 8 to 12 inches. And you can't even tell right now because the soil temperature has picked up and these things have just absolutely exploded. Right here is where I had all of my radishes. Now, radishes only take 21 to 28 days until you're able to harvest them. And that's what I did. I harvested them all at one time once they started, maturing enough, fast enough to the point where I could not keep up with them. I could not eat that many radishes all at once, so I ended up slicing them up and pickling them. And I want to go ahead and put that up on my YouTube shorts. I'm pretty sure it's short enough, but if not, you can find it on my Facebook reels as well. And then all from seed, this is, you know, spicy greens, arugula and stuff like that. And the best thing for you to do when you plant these, you know, gourmet greens is to cut them back. Now I just cut these back a couple hours ago to give away to some really nice people that came and helped my wife out and get ready for the baby. But they were doing me as much of a favor as I was doing them by sending them away with some stuff. I mean, this, you really need to keep this cut back like your grass, and it's going to keep on producing and producing and producing for you. You probably saw when I first did my soil prep, I had a bunch of spinach that I planted last fall, and this is actually some of it. I cut it all back and I kind of just plucked the leaves as needed if I want to add to salads. But pretty soon here, the soil temp is going to get hot enough to where I just need to yank them out all in all and just give them to the goats, start over. Moving on down, like I said, I just cut a bunch of this stuff back, but this is a sweet greens salad mix, and this is all planted from seed. Now that's actually a weed, but the same thing as I said with the arugula and stuff like that. You just want to make sure it is cut back, you keep it down, and it's going to keep on producing for you. Now the reason that I'm making this video is not just to, you know, show you what I'm growing, but to give you a shot before I tear a bunch of it out. Now the broccoli behind me is going to have to go, well, it's actually going right after this video, like I said, and I'm just going to take the whole plant, rip it out after I snip it off, give it to the goats, and I'm going to start planting things like sweet potatoes and cucumbers. Also, all of the lettuce needs to be harvested. All of the cabbage is going to go. It's not going to be long till the potatoes start dying off. I'm able to harvest those. The carrots are going to be pulled, and I'm going to be left with a blank slate in about 3 weeks here. But it doesn't mean the growing season's over. I'm going to just start planting some of the warmer soil plants and inner plant stuff like green beans, where I had stuff that had a high nitrogen draw, and basically just rotate. Now I really just want to show you that there is a ton that you can do before, you know, gardening season kicks in. You can actually do everything like I just did, replant it in the fall, and it's going to be just as productive. Now just keep that in mind. You can start early and your garden is going to do really well. And as it starts to fade out, just harvest, pull it out, recycle what you can into compost, and replant it. Now I will suggest that you use a little bit of you know, crop rotation tips and see what pairs well with what, and try to, you know, mark where you had stuff pulled out and what's best to go back in. But just figured I'd give you all a little bit of insight. But I'm done down here for now. I'm actually going to run up to the house and grab a knife to come down, harvest this broccoli, and prune up some of my onions. But thank you for watching the video. I hope at least I gave you a couple ideas as far as, you know, potential, what you can do. And yeah, thanks for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and I'll see you on the next video.